More than 30% of Californians are now at least partially vaccinated against COVID-19. A hopeful milestone that comes as the state dramatically expands who is eligible to receive the shots. While still far short of the threshold needed to achieve the kind of herd immunity that can finally put the pandemic in the rearview mirror, officials say getting even to this level of community coverage provides a desperately needed layer of defense as the state seeks to dodge the COVID-19 spikes striking other areas of the country. It happens in a split second, it doesn't hurt, and yet it transforms everything, Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti said during a news conference Thursday. It's like the cloak of protection around you. The melting away of a year of suffering and trauma and pain begins to finally go away. To date, providers throughout California have administered more than 18 million vaccine doses. On Thursday, one of those went into the arm of Governor Gavin Newsom, who, along with millions of other Californians, became eligible after the state officially opened the vaccination queue to residents 50 and older. Newsom, 53, received the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine at the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza. Today's an important day, obviously, with the opportunity now for people my age that have been waiting, he said. After receiving the shot from Dr. Mark Ghaly, California's Health and Human Services Secretary, Newsom flexed momentarily and waved his vaccine card in the air before heading out for a required 15-minute observation period. Yolanda Richardson, secretary of the state's Government Operations Agency, was also vaccinated Thursday. For Los Angeles County Supervisor Holly Mitchell, Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza was a fitting location for the two high-ranking state officials to be vaccinated. The reason why it's so valuable to have the vaccination site here, for the governor and the secretary to come here, is for us to talk about communities of color who have been disproportionately impacted by this virus. This dual pandemic, this public health pandemic and this economic pandemic, she said. In a news conference, Newsom stressed that appointments for those newly eligible Californians may be hard to come by in the weeks ahead, as the state's vaccine supply remains too constrained to fully meet demand. Competition for appointments could only become more fierce come April 15, when the state will throw the doors open and allow everyone who is at least 16 years old to be vaccinated. It's going to take a number of months for us to exhaust that demand, Newsom said. So even though we're lifting the eligibility, bringing down the age to 50, and in 2 weeks, to everybody 16 and over, that doesn't mean April 16 everybody that wants a vaccine will have been vaccinated. It still will take a number of months to get to that point. The good news is that the state is seeing supply ramp up. Newsom said California expects to receive 2